Good morning. So this is my January-ish book haul. These are some of the books I bought in January. I believe I did a book haul earlier this month, talking mainly about my school books and a couple of other ones I'd picked up. Um, some of these books I've already read, but I'm going to show them to you all in one bunch. So the first book I have here is The Invention of Morel by Adolfo Bioy Casares. Don't quote me on that pronunciation. It's got a prologue by Borges. This is a thin little novella, really. It's supposedly this guy's best work. I actually read it yesterday, and I'll be filming a review a little bit later today, so look out for that today or the next day. But yeah, really good book. Then yesterday I had a coupon for $10 off and some rewards points saved up, so I ended up paying about $6. I got $15 off, so about $6 for The Inconvenient Indian by Thomas King. I read one of Thomas King's fiction books and a collection of essays, but I'm looking forward to reading The Inconvenient Indian, which made quite a splash in 2015. It was selected, it's one of the Canada Reads books, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Then I also picked up News of a Kidnapping by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This is one of his books from the 90s. I believe it was published in 95 or 96. 97. Translation copyright 97. So it says on the back, in 1990, fearing extradition to the U.S., Pablo Escobar, head of the Medellin drug cartel, kidnapped 10 notable Colombians to use as bargaining chips. With the eye of a poet, Garcia Marquez describes the survivors' perilous ordeal and the bizarre drama of the negotiations for their release. So this one sounds absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking forward to reading it, but I think I might read the other Marquez I picked up, Leaf Storm and Other Stories. First, Leaf Storm is one of Marquez's early works. I actually think it was his first work that was ever published. I've heard it's also one of his worst works, but I'm looking forward to reading it. The cover is absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. Then I also picked up Birdie by Tracy Lindbergh. This is also a Canada Reads book. This is a 2016 selection by a Canadian author about a Cree woman. It takes place in BC, and she goes on a bit of a journey looking for her family, for her home, and yeah, I kind of picked it up on a whim. The fact that it's a Canada Reads selection drew me in. I was in the bookstore, and so I thought, why not? How about some CanLit? Then this month I also picked up a book that I've actually already reviewed. Two books by the same author in the same series. So the first that I've reviewed is The Pale Horseman by Bernard Cornwell. Yeah, check out my review for this. It was a really good book. I watched the BBC series on Netflix a couple weeks ago and decided to check out the books. So this is the second book in the series, and this arrived yesterday. The first book in the series, The Last Kingdom. I bought a used copy because it was cheap, and I'm not too concerned about having nice copies of this series. And then reading the Bernard Cornwell series reminded me of another book that I had read about a year ago. I enjoyed it at the time. I thought I might reread it or continue on with the series, but either way, for $12.99 Canadian, I picked up a copy of Outlander, just a cheap paperback. Yeah, it was pretty good when I read it the first time. I think I'll check out a few more in this series. And then finally, I have an Alberto Moravia book. Alberto Moravia 2. I reviewed this book on my channel last spring or summer from a copy that I borrowed from my university library, and I scoured the internet and ended up ordering an old copy on Aid Books. I had to pay about $20 or $30 for this, I think, and it came in atrocious library binding. The dust jacket was actually still on, but there were so many stickers on it that I just ended up pulling it off and tossing it out. It had been laminated in a strange way, so I couldn't even get the laminate off to try to get the stickers off, and as you can see, there's some tape on the boards of the book, but I'm just really happy to have a copy of 2. The full title is 2, a Phallic Novel by Alberto Moravia, translated by Angus Davidson. Yeah, this is a book from the 1970s, 1971, and Alberto Moravia is a really great Italian author. He's kind of been forgotten, but if you're into translated lit, I would really recommend that you check him out. So those are the books that I picked up in the month of January, mostly. Yeah, thanks for watching.